energy costs so much that it hurts everybody in the Midwest, like top to bottom, because
Hmm.
we make less pound for pound. I'm sure that the CEO of Eli Lilly here in Indy is good, but outside of that, so I think it's really interesting that in response to his energy cost problem, he wants to suspend the federal gas tax, which I do believe is 18 cents. 18 cents per gallon. I'm pretty sure that's what the federal gas tax is. Tying into our earlier problem, the problem with suspending the federal gas tax is like our infrastructure's already trash as fuck.
I mean, we're in a better position than we have been in years because of the Build Back Better, but that was a much needed like flux of funding that paid for a lot of projects that had to be done, but for ongoing costs and ongoing
We need to
maintenance, yeah,
100x that shit.
right.
So our infrastructure's super old, super crazy,
And we
but
don't and we don't tax the right people enough in order to keep up on its maintenance.
you
So
always find a way to eat the rich. It's cute. Um, so we the other part of it I think is really interesting, right? So we have an energy problem. Okay. So almost like, I don't know, 35, 40 years ago. Okay, not 40, but
no, it's 40, right?
no, not 30 years ago, 35 years ago, we were on a very like go green kick for the very first time. Like save the planet, save the earth. These were things that were super common in our teenage
Yeah, yeah,
years.
yeah.
Um, so I find this, and I've always found this really interesting, right? Like, would we be in an energy crisis if we invest heavily in, renewable energy sources 35 years ago? And here's my theory. It's really weird how this worked out. So, like, we identified that there was a hole in the ozone, right? You
Hmm.
remember that?
Yep.
The hole in our ozone, right? And there was some crazy out there, and there was all the urban myths and legends that we spread amongst ourselves as kids, right? That was like, fucking, melt your face off if you go stand under the hole and things of that. But then the scientists came out and said, hey, there is a hole, but if like we stop using this product, then like the hole will go away. And we
Yeah,
were all like,
aerosols.
no fucking way that, what was that hairnet?
Yeah.
The big aqua, big metal can, fucking 80s hair, all like this, right? Um, but aerosols, right? That it would stop. And so like we did, like all these laws were passed and all this other stuff happened, and then like the hole in the ozone went away. And like there's not a hole in the ozone anymore. And at that same exact moment in time, we decided fuck science. We can't believe it. Like what happened? So like all the money that didn't want to change, that didn't want to innovate, that like, well, I don't know how to innovate. I'm actually stupid. So I'm gonna do this. And that's like the biggest piece of America ever missing is so many things innovated, like so many train companies and railroad companies are like companies you know of today. You just didn't know they used to be railroad companies because they innovated when they realized the railroad was going to be obsolete, more or less. And so why did we just suddenly, because Al Gore lost? Is that what really happened? I think that's what happened. Al Gore lost and that was the end, right? Because I think if Al Gore wins that Supreme Court travesty
Yeah.
election, um we do invest heavily into renewables at that point, and we're probably a majority on, I don't know what works, solar, most likely. Elon is, I don't like him, but he's smart.
He is
And
smart,
he
but
he openly will tell you solar is the only renewable source that makes any sense, and it makes a shitload of sense. And I would tend to agree because two parts. One, that fucking thing's pretty big and powerful. Two, if it goes away, we don't need energy anymore
right,
because
because we're
we're
all
going
dead.
away very quickly after it. Like, what is
Yeah,
it?
I
Like,
mean,
12
so
minutes?
so I think that a good mix of wind, solar, and hydro are is the right answer. And I wrote a 30-page research paper on it when I was in college, and realized that if I had been any good at math, I would have become an engineer. Um,